Azerbaijan for some kind. Rings baby Yerman.
Period. Fun, rewarding, and also interesting to watch these younger athletes step into their professional careers. Obviously, Caitlin and Angel are two great examples. Like so much earlier, these athletes are thinking about themselves as businesses, as brands. And it's amazing because they're carrying that with them to the WNBA, and so everything's just bigger.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills where I stay at. Let me do the math real quick.
He might cover that. Yeah,
It
definitely covers that.
What is I don't even know my salary. No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
Rings baby Angel Reese is making headlines again, and as usual for all the wrong reasons. Instead of gym sessions and practice highlights, it's her whirlwind of red carpet appearances, podcast spots, and social media rants that have caught everyone's attention. With the WNBA off-season in full swing, fans are starting to question where Reese's priorities really lie, and they aren't the only ones watching closely. Whisper are circulating about a recent warning from one of the sport's all-time greats. The implications of this message could shift the narrative around Reese entirely. Reese's choices contrast sharply with Caitlin Clark's approach. Clark, while also engaging in public appearances, continues to train hard, refining her game and gearing up for another standout season. The juice of Reese's headline-seeking activities against Clark's gym sessions isn't lost on fans or analysts, sparking debates about dedication and what it means to elevate the sport. It's really fun, rewarding, and also interesting to watch these younger athletes step into their professional careers. Obviously, Caitlin and Angel are two great examples. Bird's words carry weight, and they couldn't come at a more critical moment for Reese as questions rise about Reese's commitment. A subtle storm brews. Could this be the beginning of the end for Reese, and will Clark's relentless focus be the blueprint that sets a new standard? Before we break it down, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready? Let's go. Right, like so much earlier, these athletes are thinking about themselves as businesses, as brands, and it's amazing because they're carrying that with them to the WNBA, and so everything's just bigger. The WNBA off-season is an essential time for recovery, development, and preparing for the next level of competition. It's when players either head overseas for international play or stay stateside, investing hours in the gym to fine-tune their craft. This period separates those who build on their potential from those who risk falling behind. Angel Reese, after undergoing surgery in early September, stated she would resume basketball activities within 6 weeks. However, it has now been 2 months, and the spotlight on Reese has shifted away from the court. Instead of showcasing dedication to her game, Reese has been seen at various red carpet events and her weekly podcast, often making headlines for reasons unrelated to her basketball skills. This choice of focus has fueled discussions about her commitment, especially among those eager for more substance from players. Reese's comments on salary disparities have also caught attention, adding to the perception that her focus may be straying from the sport itself. I just hope y'all know the WBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills where I stay at. Let me do the math real quick. It might cover that. Yeah, it covers that. It definitely covers that. What is my, I don't even know my salary. No, my R is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's approach tells a different story. While she too engages in charity work and spends time with loved ones, Clark's social presence highlights one undeniable theme: training videos of Clark working on her game, improving her shooting accuracy, strengthening her left-hand drive, and mastering her mid-range floater. Flood her timeline. These glimpses into Clark's off-season set a tone of ambition and dedication that resonate deeply with fans who value work ethic and growth. This dichotomy between Reese and Clark's off-season priorities has not gone unnoticed. Clark's balanced but basketball-centric activities have drawn admiration and anticipation for her next season, while Reese's focus on public appearances has sparked questions about what she values most. The growing comparisons between these two players underscore a broader narrative about what it means to stay committed in an increasingly competitive league. I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in, and to continue to get in the gym and work on that every single day. By examining how the WNBA's most talked about players spend their off-season, it becomes clear that dedication isn't just a skill, it's a statement. As Reese garner attention off the court, Clark's commitment to rigorous training could prove to be the deciding factor in the coming season's battles and beyond. But what did Sub Bird really say? That's got everyone turning heads and taking notice. We'll break it down in a bit. If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time and we appreciate you. Now back to the action, but now they're in that world, and so my only advice is usually just to make sure they keep basketball the main thing, because at the end of the day that is your vehicle. It's your vehicle to Angel Ree has a podcast. It's her vehicle to be a podcaster, right? Whatever Caitlyn ends up doing, it's the vehicle to get you to that point. Bird's name is synonymous with greatness in women basketball. As a 4-time WNBA champion and 5-time Olympic gold medalist, her insights carry weight that few can match. Bird recently spoke about the importance of keeping basketball the main thing. She specifically drew reference to both Clark and Reese, giving them sage advice. The mention of the two immediately blew up social media as fans and analysts were quick to make the STK comparisons. Bird's remarks come as Reese's offseason has leaned heavily into public appearances. For some, these outings signal a player expanding her brand, but Bird's pointed advice serves as a subtle reminder of the consequences when focus shifts too far from the game. The foundation of Bird's career was built on discipline and a relentless drive to improve. Even as she pursued endorsements and built her legacy, basketball remained her North Star. Want to make sure that part doesn't fall off. Bird's warning implicitly suggests that Ree might be losing sight of this balance, a reminder that while fame can be a powerful tool, it is fragile without consistent on-court excellence. It's a balance. You have to find that balance. But when you look at some of the other athletes, particularly men who have set a little bit of a blueprint in terms of the business and the sport, you never see LeBron miss a workout. The backdrop to Bird's comments is the ever evolving landscape of the WNBA, where media opportunities are more abundant than ever. Players today must navigate the dual challenges of maximizing their brand while remaining top-tier athletes. While Reese's antics has brought increased visibility to women's basketball, critics argue that her focus may be drifting. Bird's words resonate in this context, acting as a caution to ensure that basketball isn't eclipsed by the pull of public and media attention. Caitlin Clark's approach serves as a counterpoint, seamlessly balancing her public profile with rigorous training. Clark's routine, often shared through videos and interviews, highlights long hours spent refining her skills, whether it's perfecting her shooting or adding new moves to her repertoire. This alignment with Bird's message demonstrates how top athletes can engage with the public without sacrificing the essence of their game. I just come out here and try to play basketball in a way that people love watching, in a way that is going to make my team successful, and the records and whatever, or the stats, that's just what comes with it. For Reese, Bird's comments could be seen as an opportunity for reflection. They point to the possibility of recalibrating her path, leveraging the spotlight she has while ensuring her game speaks the loudest. The question is whether Reese will heed this subtle but significant warning in a league where competition is only growing, and where lasting legacies are built on consistency. Keeping basketball as the central focus is more than advice, it's a blueprint for staying relevant and respected. Imagine if your first-round draft pick had the season she had, the controversy she had, got injured in a questionable injury, asked out, and then started a podcast gossiping about everything in the league. As a rookie, please, yeah, Caitlyn's head down, just in the gym. You don't hear a peep from her. She cares about on the "so you got me wound up, Angel." Reese's recent off-court activities have sparked intense reactions, magnifying both public support and criticism. One of the loudest voices in this ongoing conversation has been Dave Portnoy, the outspoken CEO of Barstool Sports. Portnoy has not shied away from calling out Reese's classless behavior, highlighting that her focus on media and personal brand may be detracting from what fans want to see: dedication to the game. These statements have resonated with a subset of fans who feel that Reese's approach risks diminishing her credibility. Adding to this narrative, Shaquille O'Neal, a former LSU standout and Reese's mentor, shared an unexpected critique on her very own podcast. Shaq compared Reese to a role player rather than a superstar, which surprised many given his previous support for her. "You know who you are, you're the female Antoine Jameson. You know who Antoine John is. He got 20,000 points with his shot. Whatever your shot is, like everybody's shot ain't going to be Steph Curry. Your shot Is your SH? This candid comment suggested that Reese's current path might not align with the stature expected of her, echoing concerns that have been voiced by both fans and analysts. It also subtly reinforced the notion that maintaining excellence requires more than media engagements. It requires focused commitment to the sport. The responses from the public have been split. On one side are supporters who admire charisma and willingness to push boundaries, seeing her as a necessary force for increasing visibility in women's sports. On the other side,